Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Let's solve this question together. Now we are given that the interior of what the derivative function of x divided by s dx. We are asked to integrate this function with respect to what x. Now before I solve this, I have to draw your mind to function. Have you heard about inverse function? What according to your mind about inverse function? Now let me show you an example of inverse function so you understand what is inverse function. If you have a function of f of x, okay, equals to what? Equals to 3x, okay, plus what? 4. Now this is a function, right? F of x equals to 3x plus 4. We are asked to find the inverse of x. S inverse is what? Now, I know why I'm doing this. When I'm working with this, you have to understand very clearly. Now, note that f of x is y. Don't forget. That means f of x is equals to y. Okay? That means y is equals to what? 3x plus what? Plus 4. Okay? Now, our second step, what you are going to do here is to swap. Is to swap. Okay? Because do you know why you are swapping? Remember, they are looking for f of x inverse. F of what? S inverse you are looking for. So we have to swap to make s the subject of the formula, okay, and solve for y. Now, in place of y, we have x equals to what? In place of x, this is 3y plus what? 4. Then we solve for y. We subtract 4 from both sides. This is x minus 4 equals to what? 3y. Now, if we divide here by 3, also divide here by 3. 3 will go. Then y will be equals to x minus 4 divided by 3. This implies that s inverse is equals to what? X minus 4 divided by what? 3. Very simple. You see how simple it is? Now let's go back to what you have. Now, if you have f of x as a function equals to x multiplied by e to the power of x, what are you going to do here? Remember that f of x is the same. We are having f of x equals to this function. So if you have f of x equals to this, what are you going to do here? Don't forget that f of x is still y equals to x multiplied by e to the power of what? X. Now, the only thing you are going to do here is for us, remember here, we are going to swap first. Because after we get y equals to 3s plus 4, we'll swap. So let's swap. That means s will be equals to y multiplied by e to the power what? Y. You can see we have swapped. After swapping, what do we do next? We'll subtract 4 from both sides, but there's no other constant here, right? So what are we going to do? Now, what are we going to do? There's nothing we can do. But you know that Lambert W function can help us. If we take the Lambert W function of both sides, we'll have y. You see? That means the Lambert W function of x, okay, is equals to the Lambert W function of what? Into y multiplied by e to the power what? Y. Now, if you take the Lambert W function of this, it's just y. That implies that the W function of what? X is equals to what? Y. And this implies that y is equals to what? The W function of what? X. That means the inverse of x, okay, is equals to what? W of what? X. Wow. Wow, this is beautiful. Now, let's go back to our question. From here, we can work from here since s equals to y multiplied e to the power y. So we can remove this from here. We are not here with this. We are not here today with this. So let's solve for what we have today. Now, you can see that from here, that x is equals to what? E to the power of what? Sorry. That s equals to what? Y multiplied by e to the power of what? Y. Now, if we differentiate x with respect to y, that is the x dy. Okay? This will be equals to what? Now, let's keep y constant and differentiate what? E to the power of y. So we have this is still e to the power of what? Y, because it's constant. Then plus, let's keep e to the power of y constant and differentiate y. If we differentiate y, we are going to add just 1. Okay? That is to say that the x over what? Dy will be equals to what? Will be equals to y multiplied by e to the power of y plus e to the power of what? Y. Because e to the power of y times 1 is still this. Wow. This is what? Pocket in here. This is so beautiful and amazing. Now, what are we going to do? Remember, we are having the x here. Are you seeing the x? So, let's make the x the subject of the formula. Okay? That's to say that the x will be equals to into y multiplied by e to the power of y plus what? E to the power of y multiplied by what? Dy. Okay? Wow, this is amazing. Now, let's go back to our question. Our question is the integral of what? The integral. Now, let's see. What is the W function? Look at the W function is y. Look at the W function. The W function of x. Look at the W function of x is y. Look at the W function of x. Is y. Okay, that means it's y. Because you can see divided by what is x. Now look at x. X is what? Y multiplied by e to the power of y. That means y is what? X is what? Y multiplied by e to the power of what? Y. Then what is the x? The x is from here is what? Into y multiplied by e to the power of y plus what? E to the power of what? Y multiplied by what? Dy. Wow, this is amazing. Now we can do something. This will cancel out this, right? Y will cancel out y. So you're left with the integral of what? 1 divided by e to the power of what? Y multiplied by what? Y multiplied by e to the power of y plus what? E to the power of what? Y multiplied by what? Dy. Wow, this is beautiful, right? Now you are seeing something here. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? But let's factorize first, right? It will be very easy. So now see that the integral of what? 1 divided by e to the power of what? Y. Now let's factorize something here. What is common here? We are having that e to the power of y is common. So let's factorize e to the power of y is common, okay, into, if we divide this by this, we're going to have this is y, okay. If we divide this by this, this is plus what? Plus 1. Don't forget that this is what? Dy, okay. We're integrating with respect to y. So this will cancel out this. So now see that. Now see that all this now become the integral of what? 1 times this, now this is into y plus 1 multiplied by what? Dx. Dy, sorry. So you can integrate this. This is very simple. You can see. Now let's separate this. Okay, this is something as well, the integral of y dy plus the integral of 1 dy. Okay. Now if you integrate y to respect to y, you want to know that this is y squared divided by what? 2, because the power here is 1. So remember that the integration will always add power to the, you always add 1 to the power in integration, whereby in differentiation we always subtract 1 from the power. So if you add 1 to the power here, it becomes 2 over the same thing as 1 plus 1, the denominator. Okay, then plus what? If you integrate 1 with respect to y, you're going to adjust y. Don't forget your plus integration constancy, which is very important. Now what you are going to do is just to substitute those variables in place of this, and you are done. Very simple. Okay, so here what this is what? Into what is y? Y is the real function of x. So y is what? The real function of what? X. Okay, to the power of what? 2 divided by what? 2. Okay, plus what is y again? Y is still the real function of x. So yes, see what? The real function, what? The real function of x. Okay, then plus what? Plus c. As simple as that. This is the answer. The answer is what? Into the real function of x all raised to the power 2 divided by 2 plus what? The real function of x plus what? Plus c. Let me write it clearly here. So now see that this is something as 1 over 2. Okay, I can bring it out as 1 over 2, right? 1 over 2 into the real function of what? X, okay, all to the power of 2 plus the real function of what? X plus what? C. And this is the solution to this particular problem. Can you see how simple and interesting it is? So please, if you find it interesting, don't hesitate. Do well to like, comment, and so share it to loved ones or others who learn from it. Please, if you're not subscribed to this channel, consider to subscribe so that anytime another exciting video will notify. So thank you so much, and God bless you. Bye.